Welcome to the Avaya ACE Web Services Trainer video guide, Part 6, Injecting Media into Calls. This part of the video guide uses the Avaya ACE Web Services Trainer to demonstrate how client applications can use the audio call web service to play audio and text-to-speech messages and voice XML scripts to the participants in calls that they originally initiated. You may recall from Part 2 of the video guide that client applications can inject media into calls that were initiated using the third-party call control version 3 make call session operation. The audio call web service is not supported for use with calls initiated using third-party call control version 2. I'll demonstrate each of the audio call web service operations listed on this slide. The audio call web service also supports the end message operation, which can be invoked by a client to terminate an ongoing play request before it is finished. However, this operation is not available via the trainer and so isn't demonstrated here. Before I can demonstrate the capabilities of the audio call web service, I need to ensure that the trainer is configured to communicate with the Media Store application located in the remote lab. The Media Store application is a sample implementation of a Media Store web service developed by avayadevconnect. It is designed primarily to be used in conjunction with the Avaya ACE Message Drop and Blast web services to record and store audio announcements and subsequently to retrieve and play the announcements in calls. In addition, it can be used to play voice XML messages in calls using the audio call web service, as I'll demonstrate later. The video guide uses an instance of the Media Store application located in the remote lab, but you can download it from the avayadevconnect portal for use in your own development configuration. To ensure the trainer is configured correctly to communicate with the Media Store application installed in the remote lab, select Setup Media Store from the main menu. By default, the Media Store URL is set to the location of the application in the remote lab, but if you want to run the trainer against your own Media Store, you'll need to edit the IP address in this field and save and restart the trainer. The next thing I need to do is establish a call using the third-party call control web service version 3. I'll initiate a single-party call at extension 82 into which I can inject media. The audio call web service operations are available under the audio call tab, so I'll select that and we're ready to start. I'll begin by demonstrating how a client application can play pre-recorded messages to the participants in an active call using the Play Audio Message operation. Play Audio Message has two required parameters: the ID of the active call and the location of the message file or files to be played to the participants in that call. The call session ID is already selected in the active call sessions control, so that's fine. The audio URL field is populated with the SIP address of the Avaya media server in the remote lab and the directory locations of two pre-recorded audio files, one called $25 and the other and 8 cents, to be played one after the other as indicated by the plus character between them. When I click Play Audio Message, you can hear the messages played at extension 82. $25.08. Looking at the SOAP messages, you can see that the trainer submitted a Play Audio Message request, passing in the selected call session ID and audio URL. Avaya ACE returned a Play Audio Message response, which included a correlator that uniquely identifies this play request. Client applications need the correlator if they subsequently want to get information about the status of the request or terminate it before it finishes playing. Client applications can invoke the Play Voice XML message operation to inject a voice XML script into an active call. Voice XML is the World Wide Web Consortium's standard XML format for specifying interactive voice response dialogues. Voice XML supports IVR features such as outbound dialing, call flows, voice recognition, grammars, DTMF recognition, playing audio files, etc. ACE enables client applications to play voice XML scripts that contain elements supported by the Avaya media server. The trainer's Voice XML URL field is pre-populated with the location of a JSP hosted on the MediaStore application server in the remote lab. The JSP retrieves and plays a Voice XML script that models a prompt to enter DTMF digits that act as a conference access code, and then returns the entered digits to the trainer inside an HTTP message. To demonstrate the audio call web service's play voice XML message operation, I select the ID of the previously established call in the active call sessions control, accept the default voice XML URL and click Play Voice XML Message.
Please enter your conference code. You said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this correct? Press 1 for yes or 2 for no. You are now joining your conference.
Looking at the SOAP messages, you can see that the trainer submitted a Play Voice XML message request, passing in the selected call ID and Voice XML URL. The web service returned a Play Voice XML message response, which includes a correlator to uniquely identify the request. The DevConnect remote lab is configured with a nuanced speech server, which is capable of converting text to speech and which enables me to demonstrate the audio call web service's play text message operation. Play text message has 3 required parameters: the session ID of the call to which the text message is to be played, the text message itself, and the language in which the text message is written. The ID of the previously established call is already selected in the active call sessions field. The trainer provides a default text message and automatically sets the language to US English. So when I click Play Text Message, you hear the default message played at extension 82.
This is the test of text-to-speech. Can you hear me?
Looking at the SOAP messages, you see the trainer submitted a Play Text Message request, passing in the call session ID, message text and default language. The web service returned a Play Text Message response that included a correlator to uniquely identify the request. To demonstrate that I can play any text message I want, and not just the default, I'll enter my own tongue twister in the text message field and click Play Text Message to hear it played at extension 82.
Around the rugged rock the ragged rascal ran.
Finally, in this part of the video guide, I'll demonstrate how client applications can get information about the current status of a message for each participant in a call. The Get Message Status operation has a single parameter, namely the correlator that uniquely identifies the message play request. The trainer doesn't allow me to specify a message, but instead automatically uses the correlator for the most recently submitted request. When I click Get Message Status, you see that the trainer submits a Get Message Status request, passing in the correlator that was returned by the audio call web service in response to the tongue twister play text message request I submitted earlier. The Get Message Status response includes the address of each participant in the call, together with the status of the message for that participant. In this case, there is only one call participant, and the message has finished playing, so its status is played, but it could be playing, pending, or error. That ends part 6 of the video guide, which demonstrated how client applications can use the Avaya ACE audio call web service to play audio, voice XML and text messages to the participants in active calls. Next, watch part 7, which uses the trainer to demonstrate the capabilities of the message drop and blast web services.